Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here, this time reviewing on Barbie A Fairy Secret. Now, as you know, Barbie A Fairy Secret is a 2011 computer animated fantasy film, and of course was also under the name Barbie Enchantment. And what's actually interesting is that, this is meant to be the 19th entry in the Barbie film series. And I remember watching this film with my younger sister, and after sort of getting back into the whole Barbie thing, I decided to pick up A Fairy Secret. And I think my thoughts on it is that it's a film that's average, but it knew what it needed to be. So the premise of the film is meant to feature how Barbie and Raquel are forced to work together after Ken ends up getting captured by Princess Carestra, who is the princess of Los Angeles, which is meant to be the fairy world. And of course, we find out that she got basically given a love potion by her sort of evil sister known as Crystal. And I think Crystal as the villain sort of works, but it just feels like a more generic, I'm jealous of you, I want your other boyfriend, I'm gonna have him to myself sort of thing. But I kind of give the film credit that it kind of has Barbie and Raquel joining forces and coming to realization that they both have a lot in common and both kind of realize their own mistakes. And I think what's interesting is, when you got Barbie's friends, Kerry and Taylor, are also meant to be fairies. And I would say Kerry and Taylor are obviously the two friend characters who are just there. They don't feel interesting as much. They just feel like they give Barbie the sort of help and support she needs. And I think throughout the film it just feels like the sort of generic, two enemies working together, but coming to the realization that they have a lot more in common than they do. And you can kind of tell, Barbie does realize her mistakes for not trying to be there for Raquel, and Raquel sort of realizing her mistakes in sort of pushing Barbie away. And I think, I kind of think the film not being a more fantasy book setting like the older films, and not having a sort of kind of like this whole kind of fairy tale adventure made sense, and it was just sort of taking a bit of a break from it. And I think it's kind of like looking at the most Barbie films that came out later, Princess Charm School being a kind of I would say kind of like a Disney-ish movie, but more like that. And I get it, Princess and the Pop Star being a bit like Princess and the Pauper, but not being a more fairy tale-ish story. And I think, I think Barbie A Fairy Secret doesn't have any big, massive plot, but instead two friends working together, coming to a realization that they could have been friends had they been. And I think, I think the way Ken is kind of thrown in just feels like a typical, kind of getting a raw deal. And when you kind of got Princess Sylvester's true love, Zane, he just feels like a sort of, Antonio Banderas wannabe. He doesn't feel interesting as well. I think while the film isn't great or anything, or doesn't come off big and epic, I think it's a film that is average at best. Not trying to go massive, not trying to go big, but just a standard average Barbie film. So I think this one definitely deserves thumbs in the middle. Well, it's not going to go big or epic. You can kind of tell the creators and the writers' hearts were always going to be in the right place. So, comic reviewer here, signing out.